Welcome to the Pursuit of Manliness podcast, where we are vigorously equipping men to pursue biblical manliness. Well, men, welcome back out in the garage. As you can see, if you've started this episode, and you probably have if you're hearing me talk, that it won't be a long one. This is not our typical out in the garage episode. I want to share some scripture with you. I want to share some thoughts, and then we will wrap up. Matthew chapter 11, verse 28, "Come to me all who labor and are heavy laden, and I'll give you rest. Take my yoke upon you. Learn from me, for I am gentle and lowly in heart, and you'll find rest for your souls, for my yoke is easy and my burden is light." Let me get on with the most important part of this, and that is I am going to take a break from podcasting for the month of December. I'm not trying to make this dramatic. I'm not trying to be a martyr. I'm just trying to share this with you so that, next Tuesday comes and you say, hey, where's the episode? Something happened? No. I did this back in 2019. And some of you know this. You've been along for the ride. In 2019, I took a break from podcasting. Let me start with it. Nobody has asked me to do this. Okay. Nobody's asked me to do this. I'm not one of those guys that's well known that someone says, hey, you should have a podcast. No, nobody. I've had people close to me not realize that I had a podcast for years or go, no, wait a minute. What's that thing you're doing? I get that. I feel compelled to do this. I feel like there's value in doing this. And I want to live a disciplined life in such a way that I'm helping people live a disciplined life and enjoy it, if that makes sense. That's a thought I wrote down in a journal yesterday. I want to live a disciplined life and enjoy it, and I want to help others do the same. So with this podcast, we're talking directly to men, and I'm trying to have conversations. I was telling this a friend yesterday. When I make content, I'm trying to have conversations with guys that I can see in my mind, guys that I know, guys that we've had this type of dialogue. And so I love when I get to meet guys and say, man, you don't know this, but I've listened to a long time, or you sent a message or whatever. Because brother, you're the one I'm talking to. Like we're trying to have those conversations. But in 2019, I felt like I think I'm done. I really felt like I was done. And for the first, I don't think I told anybody. I could be wrong. I don't recall. But for the first half of the month, I know a month isn't long, but the first half of the month, I didn't miss it at all. I thought I'm done. I really am done. I felt like I was on fumes. I felt like I had brain fog. I was out of ideas. Like I feel like I'm forcing it. I don't like that feeling. And then somewhere around the second half of the month, a fire was lit. And strangely enough, I can recall this. I don't know why I did. I found a Phil Robertson video. Saw it. It wasn't Duck Dynasty. It was him sitting in a chair somewhere. And I remember I started to listen to it. He was talking about masculinity. I thought, I don't want to listen to this. It was nothing against Phil. I just felt like Duck Dynasty vibes again. I was like, I don't want to listen to this. Somehow I run up on a book he wrote, The Theft for America's Soul, I think it was. And I read it and I thought, this is incredible. And so I started to look into some things. And I know people say, oh, you trying to be Phil Robertson. Not at all. The guys that know me know this is who I am. But with that said, what was encouraging to me was the refined focus of the gospel of Jesus Christ. And I thought, that's it. Because I had tried at that point, I talk about all kinds of things, and I still talk about different types of topics, but that's the message. Get on with the gospel. Like that's the deal. So that kind of rekindled a fire in me to be like, all right, let's do this. And I look back and say, that was one of the best things that ever happened to me, is taking that break. And some guy interviewed me for his podcast in December of that year. And I remember sitting in my living room, and it was like a leadership podcast. And I just loaded this guy with every scripture I could think of. I don't think that guy ever posted that podcast because he thought, this is not what I thought it was. And you could tell in the conversation, he's like, what in the world? And I thought, I feel like a fire has been kindled. And I needed that. And it was because I removed some of those things. So I'm not anticipating. I would love for that to happen again in 2025. I don't know what's going to happen. I looked at it today. Recalibrate is a podcast I do every day. It's about a 10-minute episode every day, and we're going through a chapter of the Bible, and Monday through Friday. And so that goes, again, every day. No one's asked me to do that. I just feel compelled to do that. And then the Pursuit of Manliness has 3 episodes a week. Tuesday, it's typically an interview, and then Thursday, Friday. If I don't post anything from podcasting for the month of December, that would be 35 episodes. So 35 audio files of recording them, editing them, uploading them, dropping a sponsor in, a promo here, a do this here, whatever it is, 35 of those. And I just thought, you know what, for this month, I'm going to sit this one out. And I'm not quitting. I plan on coming back. I think I'm good. I think I'm healthy. I'm not in therapy or counseling or anything like that. There's no failures, moral failures, anything, I just thought, you know what, personally, I want to be a little more present with the family, wife and kids. I got kids trained. I got kids, one graduating, what would you call that, cosmetology school? That's what I'm going to call it. There's probably a better name for it. I got one who's a senior, and I got one that's a seventh grader. My wife is a teacher. She gets Christmas break. So I'm like, man, if I can kind of think ahead and say, okay, I can be more present during those times, that would be good. There's a lot going on in life in December, as you know, whether it's your personal life, my kids' school, the church, whatever. So I said, okay, I'm going to sit that out, those 35 episodes. And then pastorally, I'm a pastor. Most of you guys know that. The church does not ask me to do this. The church does not care if I do this. And I don't mean that in a derogatory manner. They don't care. I was doing this before I came to the church where I'm serving. The congregation is not, meeting me at the door on Sunday morning saying, boy, that episode this week was a banger. That was a great, no. There's probably a couple guys in the church who listen or subscribe. But other than that, everyone's mostly indifferent. So I want to say that so you don't think, the POM is on a budget line at the church or anything. This is something I do on the side. Pastorally, though, there's been a lot, okay? I feel like the church is doing pretty good, but our associate pastor stepped out of that role. He's now he leads worship for us on the weekends. He's a school resource officer, so that's what he does full time. And because he and I, when our secretary retired and things, we just decided, the two of us, we know our work ethic. We can probably do what 3 or 4 other people could be doing, right? And so without him, it's me. So the math got mathed real quick. And so every ministry team, every whatever comes to me. And man, I'm now the youth pastor. I'm doing the youth small groups. I'm leading a group. I'm teaching. I'm planning their summer trip. I'm trying to interview potential guys. I'm preaching every single weekend. There's no off. I'm not missing anything. And again, I just think I just need a bit of a reprieve. That's all. I'm just mentally, as Jesus said here, heavy laden. It's not physical labor by any means. It's mental. Podcasting is not physically difficult. It's mental. It's sitting early mornings, late nights. I'm uploading a YouTube video last night, late at night, trying to make sure, do I have all the links in there? Do I, sometimes I mess that up. And did I drop the promo in there? And I'm just ready to take a break from it. So, again, the plan is to come back. Men that heard already know this. I shared that with them a couple weeks ago, but this will be the last episode. The first one back would be a recalibrate on Monday, January 5th. I've already recorded that. I've already uploaded that. So if something happens to me between now and then, that one will go live on Monday, January 5th. It should be 5 a.m. I noticed the other day it didn't go to like 6 something. I don't know why. Those are all preloaded. Okay. So if I say things in recalibrate that you say, that happened last night, the last night of me recording it. So that could have been, November. Okay. And then I believe the 6th is recorded as well. So that would be what? Genesis 30 and 31. That's that. On Friday night, December 5th, we will still have the Fire Pit Friday night. We did one already. I thought it was good. I'm going to keep trying to tweak it, make it better, or make it more relational, whatever term we need to come to. I thought it was good. We had guys all across the U.S. I think there was 41 devices logged on at one point. Maybe that's the highest I saw. I could be wrong on that. The chat was blowing up, which is good. That's what we wanted to do. We had, again, all across the U.S. There were men that had people at their house. Some people had their kids. Some people had their wife, fiance. They had a backyard full of guys. There were a number of guys that did that. I've done a terrible job of sharing those pictures, so I apologize. Thank you for sending them. We had a guy in Italy. What was it, like 2 a.m. in Italy? So incredible. That will happen Friday night. What was that, December 5th, 8 p.m. Eastern time. Okay, so the plan is the first Friday of every month we're going to do that. That's the plan. We'll see how this one goes, and we'll go from there. There will still be social media posts. I will be promoting 90 Days of Discipline through December. I will not be doing it through a podcast. I'll be doing it through social media posts. Hopefully the email. I'm not great at sending that out, but it will go at some point. But social media posts for sure. 90 Days of Discipline. You can go to the website. I always tell guys, click in the gear store. Click in the gear store. You can see 90 Days of Discipline, and it is a push. It's not easy. So if you are thinking about signing up for 90 Days of Discipline, and that registration goes till Sunday, December 28th, if you're thinking about signing up for 90 Days of Discipline and you don't want to be pushed, you don't want to be held accountable, and you don't want to get out of your comfort zone, don't sign up. Don't sign up. It's not worth it. I mean, I'm going to send you a shirt at some point, but it's not worth the $90 that it takes to sign up for that thing. It's not worth it. So there's some things we're going to ask you to do, post pictures in the group and those types of things. Hey, man, I remember last year. So 90 Days of Discipline goes January to the end of March. I remember last year, one of the things in 90 days was every day walk a mile outside. That doesn't seem like a big deal if it's 30 degrees, 40 degrees, whatever. If you live in the Midwest, you understand how ice on sidewalk works. It's never smooth. It's always really bumpy. Because you know how it melts, freezes, footprints, those types of things. So I cannot tell you how many times I walked a mile in the neighborhood, and you're doing it trying not to twist your ankle. I mean, it's exhausting to basically, walk like brick heck all the way around your neighborhood trying to get your mile in. But man, you'd see other guys overcoming way harder things. Guys in the South, no problem at all. 65 degrees, they're wearing t-shirts, whatever. My point is, push yourself, man. If you're not willing to push yourself, or you get in your emotions too much or feelings, that's not for you. I will say this. We do put you in kind of like accountability groups to try to encourage you. But again, I've seen guys, get in those groups and do nothing. So it's designed to try to help you, but we can't force you. So January, February, March, we had about 90 some guys last time do that. Men get real funky in January and February. It's dark, it's cold, the Christmas decorations are down, and the credit card has arrived. It's just different. Men struggle in those months. They don't get outside as much. They eat worse. They're more distant relationally. They get depressed. All the things. And you do that. So that's, again, why 90 days is there. That's why we're doing the fire pit, trying to have a lifeline for a relation. Like, hey, here it is. Come on, be a part of this. The herd is an open door. Again, the reason why I told the guys in the herd, they support the show. I got men who support Recalibrate. I got men who support the pursuit of manliness. So I want them to know, hey, if you need to take a break from supporting the podcast, I understand. I wanted you to know ahead of time. You can opt in, opt out anytime. A guy literally opted out right before I started recording this, so it happens. I want you guys to know I'm trying to be transparent with everything. We have our closed Facebook group. There will still be stuff there. Guys are posting Coffee with Christ every day, other things. The only prerequisite in that closed Facebook group is don't share links. Don't promote your brand. Don't promote your live videos. No, I'll put on post approval and we'll never see it. There's now one question to join the group. Do you understand? Why do I do that? Well, one, this is a pursuit of manliness group. So if you want me to promote my podcast in your group, send me a link. I'll join, and I'll just drop my podcast link every time in all my videos. But two, once you start sharing links, it goes to other things and stuff, and it's chaos. But I know, and there's guys in that group who are in there to see what we're doing so they can use it in their group. I don't care. I don't got an original bone in my body. You take whatever you need to take. It's the Lord's anyways. You can have it. Okay? Let's get back to the original point. The point is, month of December, taking a break. You're like, we have already heard that, many minutes ago. But I want to encourage you, maybe you need to do the same thing. Maybe there's some things in your life you need to take a break from in the month of December. Maybe it's social media. Maybe it's, your 24-hour news cycle. Maybe it's sports. I know that's hard in December. I don't know. I don't know what it is. Maybe you need to consider it. Jesus says, all who labor and are heavy laden, I'll give you rest. Do you need some rest? Is there an area in your life you need rest? As I think about podcasting, I think about all the episodes. And again, every day in Recalibrate, 3 times a week in POM, I just thought, I need a rest. Probably verbally, I need a rest. I need to stop talking. It's enough, but I know that's an area I need rest. I still feel like I have the margin to do those other things. That might change too. The things I've made a commitment to you about, I'll still follow through because that's what we're doing. But do you need a rest? Because I want to function as well as I can. And I want you to do the same thing. This thing is not about me. It's not really about you. It's about the people in our life who depend on us to get this right. I say that often. I'm so glad years ago the Lord laid that idea upon my heart. It's about the people that live in my house, in your house. I get to see, I saw, again, Fire Pit Friday night. We had guys with their kids, their wife, fiance, friends. Like that, to me, is a massive win. The other day, my son and I went hiking with a couple guys in Tribe, and I said on a video, I want him to see those types of men. I want him to hear what we talk about. I want that to be normal. My son got, he drew a card from the men's retreat, a prayer card with a guy's name on it. That guy happens to be in Tribe. And I took a picture of that card, sent it to that friend in Tribe, I don't know, a couple months ago, and said, hey, he's going to be praying for you. That friend last night sent me a video and said, would you send this to your son? And he's talking directly to my son and just like a friend. And here's some things you can pray for me about, and I want you to send me one back, and I'll pray for you. Doggone. I want my son to grow up and say, that's normal. That's normal for men to do that. I want to have conversations that are to the point, man to man, but I want to encourage you. I wrote this in a notebook yesterday. I want to live a disciplined life and enjoy it and try to help other people do the same thing. That may not be the greatest men's ministry charge. That may not play very well on a t-shirt, but that's the heartbeat of what I'm trying to do. I want to live a more disciplined life where we raise the standard of what it means to be a man of God. But along the way, enjoy it. Enjoy it. You get knocked down, let's get back up. Let's help each other get back up. You're getting a little funky, you're getting depressed, you're getting sad, you're getting whatever. Come on, man. Come back into light. Come back into light. Come back into the good stuff. I want to try to help other guys do that because we need you, and there are people in your life who need you. But again, I'll go back to what Jesus said. Maybe you need some rest. Maybe there's some things in your life you need to rest for. I like to take December as kind of a reset anyways. I do that every year and just really think about, okay, what do I want to incorporate now? So when that calendar flips, man, we've already hit the ground running. I've already spent the last, 31 days. How many days are in December? 31 days getting this stuff squared away before we start January 1st. So men, as always, I appreciate you guys. Thanks for listening, watching, subscribing, sharing the show. Thank you for being part of the community. Thank you for the messages. Thank you for the Fire Pit Friday night engagement, all the things. And let's keep pursuing biblical manliness. Thank you again for tuning into the Pursuit of Manliness podcast. Please like, comment, and share the show. Also, if you would leave an iTunes review, that would be greatly appreciated. And remember, keep pursuing biblical manliness.